Hello everyone, Adam Hewison here from MarketClub with your 1 p.m. update for Friday the 15th of April. Well, today's big event has to be the metal markets that are on fire as they surge to new highs on inflation concerns. But let's take a look at what's happening in the markets right now using our MarketClub's trade triangle technology. First of all, in the metals, silver is the leader. It's dragging gold along, but gold did make new all-time highs. The dollar continues to be on the defensive. Again, it's not out of the woods yet, and we look for that market to be under pressure probably next week. Energy, crude oil roars back from its recent lows around 105. It's trading over 109, 109.60 approximately. And inflation, the bullish engulfing line we mentioned yesterday, has been confirmed or will be confirmed with a higher close today. So let's take a look at these markets. Stocks, looks like they're coming back a little bit, and we're in a plus 100 mode in stocks. But first of all, let's take a look at silver, which is plus 100 right here on our indicator. And click here. And you'll see a chart on silver, and you'll see just exactly what's going on. And of course, look at this. I mean, we're basically at new highs Friday, just like we were last week. We are up for the week, and this trend continues to roar ahead. We're looking for this market, spot silver, to go to $50 an ounce. And I would say if we close up towards the highs, it's going to look really good for like a weekend trade. The last weekend's trade did not work as well as we had hoped. We said if the market came down lower, we'd be out, and we've gotten back into this market. So it looks good. How we trade the silver market, I'm going to go to the SLV, which is the very popular ETF. And we're doing this live. You can see these changing prices, of course, coming through. With the equity markets, with the silver markets, the metal markets, and with Forex, we have real-time prices. You can watch these intraday and see how things are going. In fact, we'll take a look at that in just a second, but let's take a look at SLV, which is 100, plus 100. It's higher for the week, and it's really acting extremely well, and we expect that to continue to go higher. So I'd watch this market very carefully. We're looking for the spot to go to $50 an ounce, which means it will drag up the SLV, which is backed by silver. So let's go to our next market, which we're going to look at is the dollar index, and here it is in our portfolio. This is our portfolio manager, and as you know, we can have many different portfolios in our portfolio manager, but we're looking at our update, our 1 p.m. update for the 15th, and we're looking at the, let me just get this right, the dollar index, which is right here, and as you can see, it's barely changed. It's still a minus 100, and you'll see some of the action we're looking at. This is closing down for the week. We have a little plus day, but really nothing to get too excited about. The trend is very clearly down in this market, and we see nothing to change that anytime soon. So let's just draw some things on the charts. But look, we're just going down. There's really, all of our indicators are negative, and there's no relief in this market at all. We're looking at the dollar index. So this is the actual index, and we use a monthly, weekly approach. Monthly for trend, weekly for timing. And as you can see, we're short from 81.49. That's the last big signal we had. And the weekly is from 76.94. And that weekly was right here. You can see it right here. That was our weekly signal, and you can see from here where we are right now. So doing very well in this market and some nice profits. So let's take everything off the screen, and let's look at our next market, which is going to be crude oil. Crude oil's, wow, this is just really kind of a market that's on fire in terms of the demand around the world. As you can see, we traded as high as 110 today in the May contract. And it just looks very, very strong. I mean, nobody wants to really be short this market. And we trade as high, obviously, over 112, almost 113. But the reality is this market is still in an uptrend. And it's kind of the move we saw just recently, the pullback down to the 105 level. Like right here, we pointed this out in one of our earlier things. It looks very similar to this and very similar to this. So you have the move up, a little bit of profiting, move up, a little bit of profiting, and I think we'll have another move up. We're looking for this market to go to the 120 level. So let's see how this works out. Crude oil of 120, but the trend clearly is on the upside. We've been at 85 reading in this market, and that's still a strong uptrend. Monthly up, weekly up, daily down from 109.55. The market's a little bit higher than that now, but if we close over, let's say the 110 level, I think we'll turn this around and we'll see this market do better later on. So let's take a look at our next market. And let me just first of all take everything off the screen because we don't need all this writing on our portfolio manager. So there we go. And the next market, we're going to look at our energy indicator, which we talked about before. And this is our Reuters/Jefferies CRB index. It's been a very famous index for tracking raw commodity prices. And as you can see, it's up today, 2.3. It's up 0.59%. It's down for the week, however, and I want to show you what I was looking at yesterday because I thought this is an interesting observation, at least what we were talking about anyway, and that is a bullish engulfing line. And what that means in Japanese candlestick terms, it means that if we close higher today, then that will be confirmed. So let me show you how that works. And let me just go in a little closer so let's go to 1 month and get a very close picture on that. So there we have it, and let me get my drawing tool back on here and we're good to go. Okay, so this is the line I'm talking about. Here's the previous day. We have a line that's above and below this line. That's a bullish engulfing line. Now if we close higher today like we are doing, it looks like we're 362.79, it would confirm that this is in fact a low period, just similar to this and similar to this one right here. So I think that we may do that. We are low for the week, however, and I think next week we may see this market sort of working its way higher and taking out this resistance. We're still looking for a move to the 395 area, where I think that's really our next target zone, 395 to 400. So let's see how things play out. I think this level should hold, and we'll see this market move higher next week. So let's go to our next market. Let me clear everything off the screen first of all. Go to my next market, and we're going to look at the S&P 500, which has just turned plus 100. That was plus 65. So we've actually seen some real action in this market. It's close to the high. It's up 0.5%. Not a great big move, but you can see our trade triangles are still very positive, and we got down to the 113 level, which we're looking at as a Fibonacci retracement. We are coming back up the other way, so you can see we've sort of made a move back up. Now this is where it gets to be interesting, and I want to share this with you. So let me take this off the screen and bring in our Fibonacci tool, and we'll get an idea of where this could actually run out of steam. So let me click on the Fibonacci tool right here. I'm going to click on the high that we've recently seen, drag this down to this level here, and Fibonacci's can be used both ways. You can actually show it on a retracement on the downside and on the upside. So we're getting back to levels, this 1325 or 1322 would be a 62% retracement and would offer, in my opinion, some sort of resistance. However, we do have a very strong upward trend with our weeklies and monthlies and dailies. So that could be an area where we could see some profit taking and looking for this market to turn down. So it doesn't look quite as vulnerable as it did when we talked about this market back in these areas, because, excuse me, let me just take this off. It doesn't look quite so vulnerable as we had this market under pressure from these levels, all these little doji lines. We've had the move down, we're coming back up. It's going to be interesting to see if we start to roll over again like this, or we start coming up and making new highs. My guess is we're going to run out of gas somewhere along the line here, but we'll see how that plays out. Hey, this is Adam Hewison for Friday, the 15th of April. It's 1 p.m. This is your 1 p.m. update. Thanks for watching and every success. Be sure to catch our weekend update, which should be coming up on Saturday. So check it out, and we'll see you every day